Hi everyone, welcome back if you are one of my lovely regular viewers, and if you are new here, welcome to the channel. I noticed we did get a few more subscribers over the last couple of weeks, so I just wanted to say hi. My name's Charlotte and I make videos about minimalism, decluttering, doing a no-buy, capsule wardrobes, savings and a few other things. So welcome to the channel. This year I want to do one video a month where I sit down and do a casual chit-chat sort of video with you. It all stemmed from doing Vlogmas. I really loved that style of really casual video where we got to get to know each other a little bit better. And so I thought I would continue that, but theme it around the normal things I do in my videos. So I'm bringing you today the things I am decluttering in January. Throughout the course of the month, every time I came across something that I was ready to let go of, I just popped it in the corner in my office, and now I'm going to talk you through what I'm decluttering. Not really to focus on what I'm decluttering necessarily, but more the why and how I'm going to get it out of my space, because I am a big believer in really doing our best to minimize waste and minimize the number of items we trash and that go to landfill. So let's jump right in. So the first thing I'm decluttering in January is my sat nav. I have had this for years, but I don't use it because I just use Google Maps on my phone if I need a sat nav to get me from A to B. I have probably used this 3 times in all the years I've owned it, and because I leave it so long in between using it, it always needs an update, and the update is always massive because it's been so long, so it takes hours. So it's almost like it's just too much effort to keep up with this. However, my dad uses his sat nav all the time. He won't use his phone for Google Maps or anything like that, but his sat nav is really, really old and it's starting to have a few problems. So I told him he could just have mine because it is actually newer than his, even though it's not that new in itself. He will get the use out of it and I'm definitely not going to. So he might as well have that, and that means someone else is getting the use out of this item, and he is a person that I know absolutely will 100% get the use out of it. Oh, I guess I could do this in a bit of a group situation, because that is the only item I believe that I'm going to be passing on to someone else, like gifting it to them. So let's do items to sell next. So one way of getting rid of your unwanted items is to sell them, and you've got to determine whether it's going to be worth your time and effort to sell that item. So if I'm going to sell something online, I will generally only sell things that are worth, you know, all the listing fees if they charge them and the PayPal fees and things like that. So for example, I will be selling my Michael Kors little purse. If you've seen my What's in My Bag new version, then you will know that I no longer wish to support this brand. It does not have good practices in just about every aspect possible, and so I upgraded my handbag, and it's not really a purse anymore, just a little card wallet, to an eco-friendly and ethical and sustainable brand. So I will now no longer be using this, but I know there are people out there that don't worry so much about those sorts of things, and even they might see it as, if they are purchasing this item secondhand, then that's not as bad as if they bought new from this company. So this will be one of the items I sell, probably on eBay or something like that. Similarly, I'm also going to be selling my Calvin Klein. This is just a little black handbag, mainly for the same reasons as the Michael Kors one. The brand's values don't align with my own, but also I was keeping this as sort of a little black bag to take out, you know, if you go to like a party or something and you just want a little bag to take. Because all of my everyday bags were different colours, like I had a pink one and a gold one and a white and blue one, it didn't necessarily always go with a party outfit, so I just kept a plain black one. I thought that was a really handy thing to have, and this one was at the time too small to be sort of my everyday bag. But now my handbag I've upgraded to is black, so I feel like that will just work wherever I'm going. So if I'm going to a party, I can still just take that same everyday bag and I don't have to change out my bag. So I don't need to keep this one anymore. So those are the only 2 items that I'm going to sell online. I have also in the past sold items at car boot sales. So those can be your smaller items or items that are of a lesser value. I think we did 3 car boot sales last year in the spring and summer, but with it being so cold right now and dark in the mornings. Like these things start at 6 or 7 o'clock and it is really dark and miserable. I probably won't be doing a car boot sale for a couple of months, so I'm not going to be selling any of the smaller items here. And I do already have some bits and pieces in my garage from my big declutter last year that I'm holding on to for a car boot sale, so I really don't want to add to that because there's already a lot there. So my next strategy for letting go of items responsibly is to donate. So the first thing I'm going to donate is just this little sort of, it's kind of like a clutch purse situation. It's got a little wrist strap. Again, this is another item bag you could sort of take to a party or event like that. It's not designer, it's just from a high street brand, but it's only been used once and it's still in really nice condition. It's like it's brand new. So I feel like I can donate this item to a charity shop to then sell on. The only thing I'm a little bit wary about when donating is just ensuring that the items are high quality and that I'm not just offloading my rubbish on the charity shop or the secondhand store, whatever it might be. We're really not helping them because then they have to put in their money disposing of items that they then can't sell. Especially if that's a charity, you really don't want to be doing that because they need to put as much money as they can into their good cause. So this is a high quality item, so I would be happy to pass this on to a charity shop. Next is a brand new 2022 diary that I got with my wall calendar. It came as a set that I got for Christmas, but I won't use this and I've put up the wall calendar to use. So this is brand new, and I think because it's still January, this might still be useful. Some people might still be on the lookout for a diary, or they might see this and realise they haven't got one and they want one. So because this is brand new, it's not been written in, I've not even opened the front page, it's like it's not even got a crease in the spine or anything. I think this is absolutely fine to go to a charity shop for them to sell on. I've also got a summer hat that I have never worn, so this is as good as new. So for the same reasons, I feel like I can pass this on to a charity shop to sell. I just don't really suit hats of this style, and if I do wear a hat in the summer, it's not really for a fashion reason, it's just to protect my head from getting burnt. And so I don't think I'll wear this. I've probably had this for getting on for 10 years and I've never worn it. So I think that tells me enough about it. And so I'm going to let this go. And then I've also got 2 lipstick organisers, which I wasn't actually using as lipstick organisers, but any of you that have been around for a long time watching my videos might remember when I organised my airing cupboard. I can't even remember if it was last year or in 2020, but I had well, it's this thing actually. This is also on the pile. It's a very cheap storage solution, but it has legs that would fall through the slats of the shelving in my airing cupboard. I have no idea if that made sense, but I was putting the feet in the slots in here just like to balance it so it didn't fall down. It solved a problem at the time, and I had already got these on a decluttering pile way back then and they were just handy and I used them, but this system isn't working for me anymore, so I'm going to let these go. I did sort of question a little bit about whether I should give these to the charity shop to sell on because they're a little bit dusty, but dusty is literally the worst part about them. And I had a good look at them and they're not scratched, they're not cracked or anything. And even if they can get maybe like 50p for them, that's still something. And I feel like someone probably would buy these because they are still in good condition. So I decided I would also donate these because I think that they could actually be sold. And I think that's what's important. As long as we're having a good think about it and being honest with ourselves, will the charity shop or the secondhand store be able to sell them? And if you think the answer is actually yes, because the quality is still good, then go ahead and donate. But if you're being honest with yourself and it's really poor quality, then don't burden the secondhand stores with things like that. So that's 4 things to donate. So I've got 1 to gift, 2 to sell, 4 to donate. The next category is to recycle. So the first thing there is I have 2 makeup containers. This one is completely empty. This is just my normal Glossier Wowder that I've used up. This one I found when I was clearing out my old bag and transitioning into my new bag, but it is years and years old and I don't use it because it's just been sat in my bag. So I am going to let this go, and I believe Boots and maybe Superdrug in the UK recycle old makeup containers. So I'm going to get those recycled properly. I don't know if they do little spray bottles. So that's something I'm going to look into to find out if I can recycle this. This is just a lavender facial spray. I've used, I would say, 3/4 of it, but then it has just been sat around for quite a few years. So it's probably best that I let this last little bit go. So I'm going to see if I can recycle that. The next thing is just this old cap. It's really old and not in the best condition anymore. So I didn't want to burden the charity shops with this. I'm not going to donate it, but at our household recycling centre, they do recycle textiles that basically can't be donated. So I can take this there and then they can at least recycle it, but they also, you put it in a clothing bin and then they decide whether to recycle the material or to sell it on. So it's sort of a judgment call for them. And then I just have an old contact lens case, which is all made of plastic. So I need to look into whether or not this can be recycled. And then this one is just one I'm not sure about. So this is a driver's license wallet. And I used to keep my driver's license in here and then put that in my handbag, but I've decided to just take out my driver's license card and put it in my card wallet in my handbag, which means I don't have to take this whole thing around with me all the time. In the UK, you don't even have the paper counterpart anymore to go with your driver's license card, so we don't really need anything like this. So my first port of call with this is the bric-a-brac section at the household recycling centre, because they do have a bric-a-brac section and they can try to sell those items on. So they could try to sell this, but it's not in the best condition. But because it's not like an ordinary charity shop, it's like with the hat. If they can't sell it, then they have got the facilities to recycle it if that is possible for this type of item. So it's not as bad as a charity shop having to spend the money to then dispose of it responsibly, because at the household recycling point, it's already sort of self-contained. So then they will be able to determine if any of the materials on here can be recycled. This is, I'm not sure if this is actual leather or not, but at worst case scenario, this would be my first item that they may have to trash. So that's kind of sad and disappointing, but they will try to sell it on first, which is a good thing. The only thing I have that I don't really know what to do with is the very cheap, flimsy unit I was keeping in my airing cupboard. This system just wasn't working for me anymore. It ripped in many places, so that's just not good. So I'm going to disassemble it, and all these plastic tubey bits can be recycled. So the only things I'm not sure about are these sort of sheets. They're sort of a plasticky, fabricy combination. So they might have to be trashed because I'm not sure that they can be recycled, but all the tubing I'm going to take out, and that at least can be. And that is everything. So I think that's about 15 items I'm decluttering in January, which is very small compared to the decluttering I was doing last year. But I realised there was no point in me trying to do the Declutter 2022 items in 2022 like I did last year with 2021, because there just isn't that much stuff that is unwanted in my space. There is no way I could do that for another year. I was really struggling towards the end of last year. So that is everything I'm decluttering in January. Let me know down in the comments, because I know some of you are new on your journey this year. Maybe you're doing a no-buy, maybe you're trying to declutter more. So if you have been doing any decluttering over January, trying to get a really good jump start on it, let me know down in the comments. I love to hear from you all. If you are interested in videos about decluttering, then I will leave my entire decluttering playlist right here, so you can go and check that out, and that does contain all 4 parts of my Declutter 2021 items in 2021. And if you are completely new here, make sure you hit that subscribe button and join the community. I'd love to have you here and hear from you in one of my videos. That's all. Remember to like the video if you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next one. Until then, take care. Bye!